20, to the 10. This is college football.
Being the little brother usually comes with perks. You can get away with things your big brother wouldn't have dreamed of, and the shock and horror when you do something wrong is always less. This has generally been the case with EA's College Pigskin franchise. But after several years on the HD consoles, it's time for NCAA Football 11 to grow up and become its own man.
College football is here.
It seems that sports games are finally reaching the zenith where completely new modes and options are hard to come by. NCAA Football 11 is up to its thigh pads in ways to play, yet there's still not anything truly disruptive to the genre. The big hook is being able to stay connected to the game no matter where you are or what device you're using. This ideal was started with the Team Builder interface, and this year it's moved over to managing your online dynasty. At EA's website, you can check out recaps of your games, write your own stories about them and share them with the world, or handle the rigors of recruiting. The interface works well, but we wonder if a lot of work has gone into something that few will actually use. Whether your dynasty is online or off, trying to convince players to join your school has undergone a pretty major overhaul. Now the prospects tell you what they want to talk about, and you have a finite number of times you can change the subject. You also have much better data regarding where you stand in a player's hierarchy. The actual in-game performance of recruiting has been improved, so you won't find yourself annoyed with menu lag, but you'll still spend copious amounts of time trying to court a player only to lose out to a bigger school in the end. The grind is still not worth the time. The rest of the design is exactly like last year's game. The oversaturated Aaron Andrews returns to helm the Road to Glory option, where you take a high schooler to the collegiate level playing from just that player's perspective. Team Builder, which allows you to create your own squad and slide it into your favorite conference, now lets you use your creation online. Season Showdown also returns, where you earn points for your favorite school for every little thing you do. These then spill out into a leaderboard and ultimately an in-season tournament to defend your school's honor. With no brand new modes to speak of, online interaction with your dynasties falls a bit short of a selling point. That said, the flexibility and how much control you have over the game is still appreciated. There are many ways to play, and more mascots, stadiums, and the like are all welcomed additions.
And he'll return this one from the 7th.
It seems like every year there's some tweak made to how you control a player running with the ball that's supposed to completely change the way you play. Usually it's just hyperbole, but the new locomotion running game really does make a significant difference in how each player handles. While you still get button controls, all the special moves have been mapped to the right stick. The good news is that you don't need them. You can literally run the ball just as well using only the left stick. It's that responsive and realistic. Another nice fix to the gameplay is how players recognize the sidelines. We've played scores of games and not one time have we seen a player ignore the sideline and run out of bounds on an out route. Toe dragging works a little too well, but it's miles better than the alternative. Madden's big thrust this year is making games shorter. It's accomplished by giving you a short list of plays based upon the game situation. The same system is deployed here with rewarding results. You can still dig into the full playbook at any time, but NCAA Football 11 does a nice job of offering you useful options on the very first screen, making full games far less of a commitment. Artificial intelligence is always the make-or-break proposition when there are 22 players on the field at a time. EA has stated that it's spent significant time working on the AI for blockers, and it definitely shows in some cases. Patience is a virtue at times, as you definitely have to wait for the blocking to set up before charging into a hole, yet you still get computer-controlled players missing assignments or just standing around doing nothing. The improvements can be hard to notice, but they're there. It seems like the NCAA football franchise always has caveats with fair play. Last year it was the phantom holding call that always seemed to pop up when you started beating a better-rated team. This year, it's the vertical leap of linebackers. Trying to pass down the middle can be infuriating. They knock down just about everything unless you throw high-arcing passes, which come with their own consequences. Interceptions have been toned down, but it's at the expense of stone-handed defensive backs.
Swatted away.
The rest of the game handles itself well for the most part. Poorly rated QBs will occasionally have skills below middle school quarterbacks, but if you're playing with moderately talented teams, it's predominantly a tight, realistic playing game of pigskin. Formation-specific substitutions allow flexibility, and if you can think of an offense or defense currently being run in college football, it's here to explore, and in some cases, exploit. NCAA Football 11 definitely improves the gameplay where it really counts, and manages to smooth over some rough edges from the past. The computer AI and rubber banding are still sore spots at times, but the increased control and feeling of momentum while toting the rock should not be underestimated.
Touchdown, Michigan State. And here comes
If you're not a regular ESPN viewer, you will be by the time NCAA Football 11 is added to your archive. You're absolutely beaten over the head by the worldwide leader, yet the full broadcast integration has improved the presentation significantly. You now get the competent yet wooden broadcast team for every game, but most importantly, the replay-heavy moments between the action really show off the game's intricacies. Pre-game runouts initially appear to be big Nike advertisements, but with some of the more storied schools, you'll get a glimpse behind the scenes at their pre-game rituals. The lighting engine has received an upgrade with self-shadowing, and it adds a layer of depth and detail to the character models, but otherwise, it looks and sounds very similar to last year's game.
Throws complete, touchdown. At the 30, to the 20, to the 10.
NCAA Football 11 marks the 5th year of the franchise on the HD consoles, and while in some ways Little Brother has finally come of age, it still has nagging immaturity issues at times. While there are no new modes, the tweaks to the existing ones are all for the better, and the new running controls are so precise and lifelike that we hope Big Brother Madden takes a hint. If you tend to buy this franchise each year, you'll be most impressed with the updates. If you're a more casual fan, even the best game in the series thus far will have a hard time making a lasting impact.
Throws it, watch out. Oh, almost had a pick.